This one goes out to all those brothers and sisters that trying to make it. All the people on welfare, brothers in the P now. It's rough out there. I know what time it is. Yeah, I'm just trying to come on up, man. I'm just trying to come on up. You see what I'm saying? Just trying to come on up, man. Just trying to come on up. I do more than survive. Just trying to come on up, man. Just trying to come on up. Do you feel what I'm saying? Just trying to come on up, man. Just trying to come on up. Yeah. I ain't trying to be poor no more. I want the whole world, but the world's at war. My addiction's not a fiction. I check it. What I see is living a life with no poverty. I bet you driving car that's paid for, and not having repo men hanging outside my door. I wanna live the life where phone bills are paid, food in my reefer, house with some shade, where I can drive around being happy, not moneyless, where I can afford a shrink to get rid of my stress. No more fears of dying young. I wanna raise my kids and see them live past 21. I have to sacrifice my life so I could raise proud kids and have a loving wife. You see, this man didn't make it off of luck. I seen many doors slam when I was just trying to come on up. Just trying to come on up, man. I'm just trying to come on up. You see what I'm saying? I'm just trying to come on up, man. Just trying to come on up. I do more than survive. Just trying to come on up, man. Just trying to come on up. Do you feel what I'm saying? Just trying to come on up, man. Just trying to come on up. I was homeless with a fucking attitude. Didn't see a future, too busy stressing food. Only seeing stories about an education. When I couldn't afford to eat, I felt the frustration. While my neighbor got 2 jobs, it's on welfare. The kids are crack dealers and nobody fucking cares. Me, I'm too busy trying to tend to my own life. Went and joined the Navy for the gravy and rice. I figure I could rise in the service and die out here. Either way, I'm gonna have to be prepared. The fat bastards don't like a nigga dark. Trying to be positive and the best I can be. I stay strong, but I walk a tight rope. I never knew my own kind be slitting my throat. He had to do those things and put his stripes on his coat. You can't trust him, especially when he used my quote. I'm just trying to come on up, man. I'm just trying to come on up. You see what I'm saying? Just trying to come on up, man. Just trying to come on up. I do more than survive. Just trying to come on up, man. Just trying to come on up. Do you feel what I'm saying? Just trying to come on up, man. I'm just trying to come on up. Now here's a 2 years of music theory and doing shows everywhere so y'all all can hear me. Yes, man, I put in my work. Bad managed companies had class getting jerked. Now I'm making my dreams reality. I drop my own fly jams and put myself on TV. Some think I made it overnight. It took a million days of preparation for this one-day flight. I even trained for the crash. I'll be the one with the parachute glued to my ass, surviving with the plane crashed and gone. The black man that I am, I still be keeping on. Cause I don't believe in luck. Yo, it's a skill, baby. All the way up.
You can make it. Come on up.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another live with Holistic Wellness Worldwide. Welcome as we are here tonight. As you saw in the title, we are getting ready to get wet tonight. We got our Priestess, my aunt, and Maakheru are in the building with us again tonight, and we are going to continue our conversation. As you know, she is the author of 2 books, What's in Your Womb and Unwounded, Unlocking the Universal Uterus. And so She has some courses that are available on her website, wombevolution.com, and they're self-taught courses. They're self-paced courses, not self-taught, self-paced courses where you can go online and you can journey through this healing on your own. And you know, we here at Holistic Wellness, we are all about self-healing and self-care and going within and making sure that you tap into your God within in order to achieve your wellness goals wholly: mind, heart, womb, spirit, your whole body, healing and wellness. You can do it. Like, you have all the tools inside of you. So that is one thing that I absolutely love about working with High Priestess. Um, she gives us the tools and empowers us to do what we came here to do, what we were naturally born to do. High Priestess is a brain balance, Olmec, and Kemetic High Priestess. She is a Yoruba initiated High Priestess. We have a few segments with High Priestess, and we are always giving out her bio. But I really want people to take time, go and look up her books and read her bio. Find out all that you need to know about the letters behind her name or in front of her name. But if you really want to know High Priestess Ma'at and Maakheru, you should visit melanatedimmortals.com and come over to one of the sessions. We have Aligning with the Cycles. She does womb evolution. She has the divine feminine. All of these courses and things are available on that platform. And you get the High Priestess in the building, talking to you directly and helping you through your journey. That's what she does. So experience her, and then you will really understand what I'm talking about. She's a real down to earth, keeping it real, spiritual, anointed, um, called, experience, whatever you want to say, whatever words we need to use in order to say that she's qualified to do what she's doing. She is absolutely qualified to do it, and she keeps it 100, which is why we love her on this platform, and we honor her with this time to come and be able to share her experience. Her books, I know for sure, What's in Your Womb is used in many classes. There are women who have bought the book and they're teaching classes out of the book, and they've never spoke directly to High Priestess. But she's so open and gives you so much in her books that I'm sure they probably feel like they know her. But what better way to connect with an author of a book that you chose to use in your classes and in your courses than to talk directly with her? That's not something that we always get. That's not common, to get an author making themselves available to you just because they really want you to understand your inner self and who you are. So I just want to thank you all for joining us. I don't want you to forget to go share with your friends and let them all know that the High Priestess is in the building. As you know, we do not be here all night on these lives. We in and out. She's giving you nuggets, because here's the thing: if you want to get deep and you want to get intimate, you have to come into people's sacred space, right? So she has a sacred space. She has a sacred platform that you can go to. And we want you to support that. We want you to share the Mimic platform. It is Melanated Immortals, making evolutionary change with your friends and your family, like-minded or not. You never know where they at and where they're going to be with this. So share the platform, share it, because you're getting good information. You're coming onto these lives. Thank y'all. And you're getting some nuggets, and you know what she's saying is real. It's feeding you. So go over to our platform and share some energy. If you're here from Womb Evolution, if you're here from Melanated Immortals and you're tuned in because you're watching on those lives, thank you for your support. We absolutely love you here too. So, um, without further ado, because we do not spend a whole lot of time on these lives, I want to bring forth my kin twin. And when I say, I'm not just saying this because she's my current mentor, she is one of the favorite, like, because we get each other and no one has got me the way she gets me. And I understand her, I guess, on the level that I should as her apprentice. I get her, and at least enough that she ain't kicked me out yet. So, with that said, High Priestess, I'm about to bring you up. It looks like she's ready, all over there sparkling in her whites. How are you, beautiful? And welcome.
You're funny. I'm doing well. How are you?
I am great as always. You are here in the building.
Yes, 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 and it's an honor to be here, and thank you for having me. And it definitely, yeah, we get each other, so it is a lot of fun. Us too. We're starting to get a reputation.
Uh,
Okay, so.
are we now?
Yes, we are. We're starting to get a little reputation here. So, definitely, I love doing these sessions. And thank you so much for that introduction and for having me be a part of Holistic Wellness Worldwide and being interviewed here. So, hey, let's go. Let's get into it. Let's see what the people want.
Yeah. So we actually left off on a topic on the last session. And I said that I wanted to get back to it. Hey, Ladybug, she is back. She is back. And
Let
she
Now, Ladybug, did we anybody get back to you about your signature? I think you were on a session, and I said, "Hey, if you see Ladybug,
yeah,
private chat her so you
yeah.
can get you know." And I don't know if we saw you back again. I think it was on the Melanin Frequency. So just let us know. We'll make sure you get it tonight. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We want to get you connected for sure. But I do want you to pose your question again in the chat, just because I want other people to be able to see it. She said not yet, but we're going to get you connected. You can DM one of us, send a
Actually,
message to one of the chats. Go ahead.
yeah, DM Surreal Sunstones. He
Yes.
can do it for you.
He can
I'm
get you.
yeah, I'm volunteering you. Put you to work tonight.
Get on it right now.
Well, he needs your date of birth, your full date of birth, and he'll give it to you.
So she just voluntold you, Surreal. So get on that. So, but yes, I do want you to put your question back in the chat if you can, Ladybug. Just because I want to make sure that we address it because it was really good, and I think it is where we need to pick up. But because I know High Priestess has her courses that are about to get started. Well, we're highlighting them because they are self-paced. You can go online. I'm correct, right, High Priestess? You can go online
Not
and
not a womb evolution, melanated immortals slash dot
Melanated.
com slash courses.
Got it. I'm about to
You can
check.
see them on Womb Evolution, but I don't think they have the links up and working yet for the courses, but they are working on melanatedimmortals.com.
Got it. I'll put that link down here, and we'll get it in the chat so that we can make sure everybody can go ahead and see those classes and get signed up because we are actually going to talk about them. As they all were birthed, these classes all came from these experiences in your book, correct, High Priest?
Yeah, and some out of the book. Some of them, like the woke course, that was later.
Mm-hmm.
in the chakra course. That was a little later, but womb evolution,
Mm-hmm.
the womb evolution technique. Okay, that is a culmination of everything, and that's the one where it's a self-study course, but starting in June, and I don't have the exact date, but you still something, just sign up. Okay. I will be, even though it's a self-study, each moon or month, I will have a online group coaching session
Mm-hmm.
for those who are a part of the womb evolution technique. Okay, so you can get your questions answered. It will not be, online on YouTube or whatever. It's going to be on our private platform. So this way, you'll have a combination of self study and live interaction. All right, and so we'll be doing that throughout the summer.
And that's gonna be really dope. I can't wait, y'all. I'm excited. Like, I've only gotten teasers, and y'all gotta know it has changed my life. Just some of the teasers I've set in on High Priestess Divine Feminine sessions. I did the woke session that she did just before our spring courses at Mimic, and just that alone has really changed my thinking and really tied together some things that I already kind of knew, but it was just some real down to earth stuff just missing. Like, just to keep it real, just some stuff that I felt in my spirit, but nobody around was like, oh yeah, that's divine. That's part of your divinity. That part too is a part of your whole, which is what High Priestess represents. So greetings, Ken 80. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for your support.
That's 52.
Oh, what does this say, 80?
Yeah.
Oh, you giving away your date of birth up in there. Shh. Hey, Ken 52. That is, I realize that's who that is. And look at her calling me Mrs. Maakheru. I should be playing them games. Girl, I'm like your sister. We the same age. Quit playing. Sorry, y'all. This is what we do. So y'all might get a few extra minutes up in here because we do get here in this space sometimes.
So did you see her Ladybug's question?
I did.
Okay, great. Let me go. I'm not the host.
Oh, no. We going there. So she put in the chat last week, I asked, when you say unlock your universe, what exactly does that mean?
Unlocking the universal uterus. So unwounded, unlocking the universal uterus. So yeah, man, that's a good question. So I will start with, and this is definitely something, the womb evolution technique. Okay, we go into this in detail. All right. So the thing about that is to understand who we are in the physical form and how each that this physical this avatar that you see, this physical manifestation that is in front of us, a physical materialization, is really a representative of who we are as an expression of the creator. And so let me just break that down a little bit more. Also, a physical manifestation. Let me just start with the divine feminine. Okay, so I won't complicate things. Okay, it's a physical manifestation of the divine feminine, or if you're male, the divine masculine. All right, and so when you see yourself, your physical manifestation of the divine feminine, what does that mean? What does the divine feminine hold? Okay, and so when you look at what I did, I spent some time, and a lot of this was through my mentor. Okay, one of my teachers who really pressed me to go further into. There are a lot of things that you can intuit, but most of the time people may not accept that intuition if there's no science behind it, if they cannot confirm it with something. So my mentor pushed me to go as far as I can. And so even after I was not in the mentorship program, I said, let me sit and watch and see what do they say the cosmos does, okay? And how does that look in the physical body? And so as I started watching a bunch of documentaries about the cosmos, and I said, oh my God. Boom. When the universe, or the uterus, okay, one of the things we learned from hey Tanya, oh my God, Tanya, I'm sorry, I got breaking formation. I saw your message. We definitely have to connect. I saw your message. I just couldn't remember where I saw it. So we're gonna connect. It's so good to see at least to see your name on here. All right. So here we go. So I started looking at the cosmos, and I started wondering how we were connected to this. Okay, because they say we the walking cosmos. Like, we have all these things that we say. We're the walking cosmos. We're the walking expression of God, goddess, things like that. So the thing that I learned from Baba Wani Kimi Tahuti Shabazz, a lot of you know him, we just call him Baba over at Melanated Immortals, is he is a word, literally, he teaches about the spell of words, and any words that are similar and sound similar usually come from the same meaning. Okay, and you can look this up. If you look at the etymology of almost any word, you go down to that root word, even though these are English words, okay, in Latin, for the most part, that'll tell you where that word comes from. And if you take it a little bit further, you may also find the Kemetic meaning, or some of the ancient meanings of these words, because some of them are still the same. So let's go to universe, and you'll see why I'm saying that in a minute. Universe, okay, universe, utterance, universe, uterus, universe, uterus. In the Kemetic cosmology, they said that the universe came to being, and they say this in the Olmec as well, not with a bang, okay, but a sound, an utterance. If you think about cows have udders, okay, utter, uterus, okay, and all I started connecting the dots here, okay. So the uterus is a physical manifestation of the universe and what it creates. What comes out of the universe? All kinds of things. Let's take suns. Okay, you have all kinds of, or stars. As we know, the sun is a star. Okay, well, if you look at one of the ovums, if you look at your eggs or your ovums under a microscope, they look just like suns. Okay, suns. That's what they look like. And when it is penetrated, it also looks like, and I'm not going to even tell you what it is, it also looks like something that happens in the universe. Okay, you got to come over to Womb Evolution to really break down all this cosmology. Okay, I'm not putting it on here for YouTube. Okay, but anyway, it looked, because I can go on and on and on about all the representations of the cosmos and us. Okay, and so when I started looking at those connections, I said, oh my God, this is going on in the body all the time. So the universe, the uterus, the utterance, all of this is happening at once. So when I say unlocking the universal uterus, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what is it? Have we ever experienced, and do we know the experiences of what it's like outside of most of the experiences that we have with our uterus or our womb, okay, is the automatic functions. Pregnancy, it contracts when you have an orgasm, and we have a menstrual cycle. Okay, though is generally limited to those three things. Okay, have we ever, for the most part, the majority of us do not have a on one connection with the uterus? I'm not talking about the vagina. There's many things that we do with the vagina. Okay, we got our yoni, and I'm not saying it's bad. Okay, the yoni eggs, we can move the eggs up and down. We can do all kinds of things. We can, you know, we always talk about all the wonderful things we can do with our vaginas. Once we learn that in the vagina, they're like fingers.
Yeah,
They
it's
literally,
magical.
huh?
I said, and it's magical.
It is magical, okay? All right, but I'm not talking about the vagina. I'm
Yeah.
talking about the uterus. And
That's
in
right.
most cases,
Mm.
we've only been in one for the 9 months or so, or sometimes less, that we were, our physical form has been developed and we came out of it. And even though we have them, we do not have a um, interaction with it. And what I mean is, for example, okay, I'm talking, my head is moving, and da 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 da. Okay, I'm not asking my head to move. It is just coordinated with me. It's synchronized with me. Okay. Uh or I can move my fingers. All right. Can you move your uterus right now? Okay. I literally have an exercise called the Uterine Ping. And the ping is just like my background, my corporate background is in information systems. So I use the ping. You know, when you're trying to figure out if the server's working, you ping the server and then it should give you a signal back. Does your uterus give you a physical signal back when you ask? The only person you got to tell the truth to is yourself. Okay, it's not, and it's no shame or nothing. It's just it's kind of like I like the brother on YouTube. He said, I'm just here to make you think. I forget his name. I love his videos. Okay. And so it's just really, really, do we have that kind of connection where it will ping back to us? Okay. When you ask it to, just like you can it's not even an ask, it's have your body do this. And most of, you can do it with your hands, you can do it with your legs, you can do it with your head. You know what I'm saying? Well, when we get into the deeper levels of who we are, who we really are, if we are literally metaphysical beings and we have the same spirit and of the source that we come from, we can do a lot more than have these things be on auto function. And why I say that, if you can grow a fibroid in your uterus, if you can have a dis-ease, if you can have a C-section, a miscarriage, okay, what are these? PCOS. I don't even. I forget what it stands for. Like all of these things that you can have. I think that's the vagina, but cervical cancers and things like that. Well, hold on. This is not just a one-way street. Hold on. If you can do that, that's all. That's unnatural. If it can do that, then it can also respond to you. Okay, to heal itself. That's the whole body's nature, is to heal itself, all of it. And so if you can, I tell people sometimes, okay, this might be going way out there, but to get excited when your body has done something that is not supposed, like, it's not supposed to do. It's not supposed, you're supposed to have natural birth. You're supposed to be able to just pop babies out. Okay, but when you have to have a C-section or you have a miscarriage, like that's not a natural thing. So that means you already have the programming to have your uterus do something. Now that was unconscious that you did that, but it was that unconscious was so strong that it overrode your natural functionality. Okay, so if it's so strong that it can override your natural functionality, then it could be so strong to override something unnatural that is happening in your body too. It's not just one way. It's not just you got to just deal with it, that you just have these isms. Oh no. You can have your uterus ping you back. Ask me how I know. Been there, done it, been doing it for years, and have trained other women how to do it. In fact, a woman, one of the sisters who had trouble getting rid of fibroids, and she's a practitioner, had issues getting rid of her fibroids. She took the womb evolution technique and started doing those uterine pings. And she was, it was so much pain. She was going to the doctor. She was about to go under the knife. And she started doing those. And that thing started shrinking and shrinking and shrinking until they couldn't find it anymore. The body started responding. So it can do it. It can do it both ways, not just you have to accept this ism. Now, what I would say is be proactive about it. I don't wait. Don't wait until something comes up and then be like, oh yeah, I know I can do it, because you're too emotionally attached. Okay, and you're going to get into all kinds of feelings and all kinds of things. Okay, I say be proactive about it. If you don't have anything going on right now, practice with your body. This, talk to your cells and say, hey, look, what you are, I understand. This physical body is a physical representation of the source, whatever you call it, that I come from. And what I know is this programmed to keep, I'm going to use the word regenerating itself, renewing. You get new cells. There's everybody on here, like you said, we the same age. Because you know why? If you're older than 10 months old, we all the same age. Or your cells in your body are the same age. Now, how long you've been on Earth is different than the age of your cells. If a person is 40 years old, their cells are not 40 years old. They're 10 months. This is what the medical books say. I'm not a medical doctor. Like I said, I just read what they write. Okay. And everybody can do that.
Absolutely.
Nobody's cells are older than 10 months.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's the information that you put into those cells that makes us look different and change form or whatever. We're literally shape shifters.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know you're a shape shifter? Look at your picture when you were 5 years old. Look at your picture pre-pregnancy. Can I go back to that one? Can I shape shift back into that one? I'll be like, I'll be trying to which mudra
I got her on my altar.
That's what I'm saying. Which mudra do I use to get back to what that looked like before I had the baby?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So it can be done. It's the information that's in the cells. Okay. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. So we have people making comments about.
I know. I just went in. I was like, man.
I know. And I'm sitting here going, see, here she go. This about to be it. We about to wrap it up right here. I'm looking Ladybug going, oh, I love the gems. I know she be giving up too much.
Listen, I
No,
was okay. I'm back. I'm
it's,
back.
it's,
Go
it's
ahead,
actually
Mom Kid.
good.
Go ahead. Just get me
It's
straight.
actually good. We love it when she shares and gives this much, because the truth is there is so much more. Like, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Matter of fact, she has one of the beautiful pictures that she shows of that. Like, we really are just scratching the surface right now. um and it is so much more. The conversation could go on for hours, but we're not going to do that. We are going to just, we want you to come over and be a part of the tribe, be a part of the village, come in and sit with us as we talk about this stuff and discuss it. Like, the conversations are open over there. It's amazing how we are able to have comments even during what we call classes or sessions and lectures. It's open. We can talk about it. There's discussions. And I love the way High Priestess flows, because it doesn't matter what we throw at her. She can give it to us. It's coming. So we tell people, I know that's right, Surreal, get your alkaline holy water. We keep plenty of water around so that we can be in alkaline, so that we can absorb all this fire that's coming from High Priestess Ma'at. I really want to bridge the gap. So with what you said, and talking about the what unlocking the universal uterus is, and what does that mean, and how we are that. You said that the courses shift. So what's the major shift? And for the people there, I've seen a couple of people got the books. Ladybug got your books. Whoop, whoop. I know you excited. I know you already in it. But what's the how do we make the connection with from what's in your womb to unwounded? How do we make the connection and decide, okay, I've been through what's in my womb, I got that, now I need to transition. How do I do that? And then how do I transition to these courses where I can actually start working with myself, getting some help from a mentor, and give me that. And we got another question in the chat. I'm gonna check it to make sure there's one you can answer. But
Okay. Okay, it's fine. So let me just say this. Also, the people who ordered the books early on, okay, those that shipment of books should be coming in on Friday. That's what they tell me. I told you it takes a long time when you get these wholesale orders. So that shipment should come in on Friday. I will plant myself at the post office and make sure I get all of those out on Friday. All right, of the signed copies. Nope. Nope. I haven't received. I had to put in a whole new order, surreal, and so that's why we say it actually this time it took longer than 4 to 6 weeks for you to get the physical signed copies. You know, it's not like when you order on Amazon, they say they can give it to you in 2 days, or if you order it in an hour, you can get it tomorrow. You know, it does. They like, listen, y'all ordering wholesale and y'all ain't paying full price. Y'all gonna wait. Okay, that's what y'all gonna do. So, um, but I did get a notification that they are on the way and they should be here on Friday. And so I will send them out and you will get a notification, you know, of the tracking and all of that stuff. So, just wanted to say that. Now, the question was how to bridge the gap between what's in your womb and unwounded. So there really are two different books. They really are. uh, what's in your womb is kind of the introduction, but it is also um, it's an introduction, but it's also if you need to go back and kind of look at the types of relationships that you've had and what built those relationships and why you are still dealing with some of the same things, that's what's in your womb. Also, if you um, don't have an idea of a template that you can use. Remember, we was talking about these templates that you can use for the divine feminine. That's what's in your womb. Okay. Unwounded, unlocking the universal uterus. Less about relationships, more about literally the universal uterus. What it is, some of the mental is really broken up into three parts. The first thing I do is give it all to you at once. First chapter. I just drop it. First chapter. Okay. And then you be looking at the book like, what? But then if you turn to the next chapter, my next chapter is WTF. Okay. Because I know that's what everybody's thinking. Like, what the?
Right. Like here's the part that I love. So while I'm waiting on my physical book, I have the ebook. And that is what I really love about these books. It's like when you get to the next, it's like she in your head, because I'm like, you read the first chapter and you get to what the F, and you going, yeah, that was a lie.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
you sitting over
So,
here with me having a conversation. I love that.
yep. So I know that. And so that's why I put it in there. So, what the second part is, okay, well, if this is what we supposed to be, why we ain't doing it? What's the problem? Okay, and so then I go into the problem and then the solution. Okay, so I go into these mentalities that cause, miscarriages, and I put miscarriages now, again, don't throw no darts at me, but I put miscarriages and abortions in the same chapter, in the same mentality. Now, one is unconscious and one is conscious, but it's still the same it's the same thing that comes out of it. Okay,
And
and
medically,
so
it's the same term. Medically, they use the exact same term. When you're in the hospital, a miscarriage is an involuntary abortion. So,
oh, I see it now. That I didn't know, but I didn't know that's what they call it in the hospital. But I put,
because the
when I
uterus,
really sat with it, I said it's really the same thing. It's just one is unconscious.
your body
Well,
is aborting the pregnancy.
well,
You
let me
choose
say
to
this:
do it, or the
one is
body.
direct and one is indirect. Like, if one is in alignment and the other one is not so much in alignment. And I tell my story. The reason I can say that is because I'm talking about me. Okay, so anybody want to get mad or whatever? And I'm one of those people. I was raised a certain way. I would never, have an abortion. Oh my God, clutch my pearls or whatever. So I tell my story of miscarriage. And that's when I was able to go into my own story. I said, oh, it's the same thing. Because I had a thought. Now, that thought waited until I wanted to have a baby, but it was a thought before that. All right. And so anyway, that the book goes into that. Yeah, the book goes into that in detail. Unwounded. Okay. And some of these, it's the same mentality. Okay. And there's some of these things, and then some of the things that we could be doing with our universal uterus. Okay. How we could be using it. Women who have decided that they do not want to bear physical children, or those who have never, and let's say they're past, so-called past the age. Okay, I talk about that too. Not like it's something wrong with it. Okay, you have to think about what your purpose is. And some of the different layers that we can go into, these different modes that we can go into, don't include, every mode does not include you having to birth physical children. A lot of the women who have not birthed children are some of the best nurturers. Some of us who have birthed children, we got issues. Okay. Some of us. Okay. And then you get someone who has never birthed a child, and some of the best nurturer.
Mm-hmm.
And or they are even better nurturers of adult children.
This is true.
Okay. They can train you how to have to, like, there are many different roles. And so sometimes women beat themselves up about not having a physical child, or not, getting married and all of these isms. That's because everybody's living off of one template. And we believe that one template is the one and the only one, when that is ridiculous, when the universe is so abundant. How many different nebulas are there? They're not all the same. They're different. All the stars are not the same. When you look at them in a microscope, one does this and that one does that. They're not the same stars. So why we got one template that everybody got to follow? That's a whole nother story. Okay.
Another
So
lie. That's a whole nother lie right there. So, and I tell you, Ladybug always come with some good questions that literally is like a whole nother live. So I see you, girl. Like, you really are coming to womb evolution. You better,
Ladybug, that is it right there. That's it right there. Yep.
So she has, hold on, which comment did you just read?
When she said she had a tubal pregnancy.
Oh yeah,
But what she said is after she had her daughter, she decided she wasn't going to have any more, and then she had this tubal pregnancy, and that was the reason for the miscarriage.
Right.
That same thing happened to me.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's just wait. There is no time in the universe, in the uterus. There's no time.
That's real talk. I can absolutely share that, and never had thought about it in that way, that your body knows what you really like, what your real heart's desire is. I mean, it's about the heart. I don't care what nobody say. It is about what the heart receives first, and your whole everything is responding to that. And if your heart is like, this ain't really what I want, then the body is going to respond.
What has the strongest will at that time, and it may wait. It may wait for you. And so it's going to show up because it got to go somewhere. It's energy, and unless you have diffused it and go, this is why I tell people to break contracts and agreements that are no longer part. If you used to be in a certain religion, let's say you used to be Christian, you used to be Islamic, you used to be, I don't care what it is, Buddhist, what, blah, 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 all of them. And you're no longer that, break the agreement that you made with it. Okay? Because you're not on that trajectory. That energy is still there. You have to dissolve it. You have to get it out. Because then you'll still kind of see some stuff lining up like, I don't even do this no more. Why is this coming into play? Because you ain't because that energy waits. Because it don't know no time. When you were sitting there crying for let me just say the new kingdom to come and all this. I'm talking about my experience. I know why you laughing at me. I know why you laughing at me. And you meant that. Okay. You need to mean that now with what your belief system is. Cancel that out. Cut it. It's no longer your agreement. It's gone. Okay. If you used to be in a political, don't stop. Don't do it. If you used to be associated with some political thing, break the contract.
Listen, hold on. My precious said, do you have some magic powder for that? You have to come over on the Mimic platform. She has a spell that you could say.
You're so wrong for that. She's trying to get me to say loud.
Come over to Mimic. But to release that, we won't do that. That's family business. So
let me drink my holy water on that one.
We gonna drink together.
I say it 3 times, you know it.
She will lock it in. So I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Precious, let me, come on over there a minute.
She
Oh, you already did?
does.
Okay. All I'm saying is with the contract, is it don't have to be nothing elaborate. You just with the same meaning and the same energy, you do have to get the emotion in it.
That's right.
Okay. Go into what you now believe. Okay, and what you feel now. You feel strongly about this. You feel, just listen, I am here to be the divine feminine, and that's what I'm doing, and that's what's going to show up in my life. That's what's going to show up in all my engagements. It's going to show up in my wallet. It's going to show up in me understanding other people. It's going to show up in my family, my friends, everything. Now, what happens when you start saying that? The first thing that may happen is stuff you may feel like the ceiling just flew off and the ground came up. The rug was pulled out from underneath your feet. Okay. It may not be pretty. So I would say, don't do what I did. I sit all day and go 8 hours breaking agreements. Okay. And then I wonder, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Everything is happening at once.
You breaking all them agreements.
I sat and, man, would go down the list. Maybe, slow it down a little bit. Do it one by one. Do it with the one that you see that shows up the most. So you know what? I don't even agree with this no more. Sometimes you even have to break the agreement with who you are in your family. Most of us, we will call ourselves the black sheep of the family and all that stuff. Listen, forget that. Break that agreement.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm feeling Miss Precious. She said, I think I need that shock. Sometimes, though, High Priestess, and we could say that too. Sometimes people do need it all at once. It's like if that's who you are and you are built that way. Again, on this platform and at Mimic, we simply give nuggets of our own personal experiences and what we went through. And you hear us say, I broke a ball. And everything started coming at me. So if you like, I'm built for this, I'm ready to get it over with. See, that would have been me. I'd have heard her say that and been like, well, bring it on. Let's break these agreements. Let's get it all out, because there's no reason to prolong this. I would have wanted it all done at one time as well. So, but you have to know who you are. You have to know who
you are. Absolutely. And if you know you can take it, then okay. Let's do it, and give me some popcorn. Let me know what's happening. I'm gonna sit and watch. That happened to me too. I know about that.
I got some wellness work over here for you. I got some comfort to get you through it. I ain't gonna just watch. I'll make you a bath. I got a bath tea. I got you something. You don't need it. Look, the book tells you to go get your tea. Go ahead and sit back. So listen. While we eat popcorn watching, I'm gonna send you a little care package while you unleashing all of these things.
Yeah, see, she know I'll sit back and laugh, and she tell me, hey, she asked me a couple times, hey, I Priestess, did you know this was happening? I said, girl, I was over here cracking up. She said, how you gonna be laughing at me? I'm going through some stuff and you over there laughing, girl, because I've been through it.
It's funny to me. and it's with so much love. She's like, oh, I know it's not funny to you, but it will be when you get here. It will be. It's okay.
But that's okay. Don't let that scare you. I'll be able to. If you can't, if you can, you just have to be honest with who you are. If you need it little by little, then do it little by little. That doesn't make you any less. And if you can take it all at once, that means you can just take it all at once. That don't make you more. It just makes you who you are. And it's okay. We have to stop thinking that everything is this hierarchy and everything that moves fast is the best. And the stuff that moves slow is not.
Yeah.
Okay. Because especially while we're talking about feminine energy, the feminine energy is very foundational. It literally puts the matter on things. And how long does it take to put the matter on things? Approximately 9 months. The sperm moves fast. It's quick. Okay? It's quick. And they got millions of them and they keep coming and keep coming. Okay? But I keep telling people this. I said, listen, so that's and see, we always honor that which is fast and quick and and we say we were the one sperm that made it out of billions or millions or however many it is. Okay? But never get and that's true. 26 chromosomes did come from that. Not all of them. Okay? The other ones were already there in the womb. They just weren't moved. They were pulsing. Eggs have a pulse. They're not dead. They are living just as alive as that sperm, but they're doing something else. And we generally do not give honor to that. We only give honor to what moves fast.
That's right.
You know why I gotta move fast? Because the vagina is gangsta.
Just pulling it in.
Just think about a man ejaculates in your vagina and with millions and millions and millions of sperm, and you kill them all except about 200 of them. And it makes those are the ones that make it to the surface. And then the eggs say, you know what? Go to sleep. And they paralyze. And some of them don't wake up. Okay, some of them don't wake up. They got too. And then the 20 or so that are still left, they all vying to get into that egg. And it's only one that makes it. So hold on. This ain't no one. Again, it ain't one-sided. Now, that shows the strength, though. See, I don't have no problem talking about the male energy and how strong it is. That shows the strength and the power and the force that comes from the male energy. Okay, but without, though, eliminating the foundational energy of the one that has to put the mass on it. Okay, so not slowly. Oh no, they get got right away. For the most part, surreal. By the time we get up and go to the restroom, that's where most of it is. You're not a woman, so you wouldn't know that unless somebody told you.
See, we don't tell y'all everything.
We don't tell y'all everything.
Just said that men think they have the information on us, but we don't share everything.
Yeah, the majority of them. So, when we say, "Oh, you know what? I gotta go to the bathroom,"
you like,
okay.
Bye.
Bye. It goes in the toilet. The majority of it. Okay, I know it might be TMI, but I'm just saying that's what happens. I'm just saying. So if they didn't make it, that's the other thing. We gonna pee them out. You know what I'm saying? So if they have to. So surreal. What I would say is think about the strength that it takes to fight against all of that. Because as soon as we get up, we go into the bathroom and we're going to pee out the rest of them. The ones we didn't get.
Surreal said we wasting all that good protein. You so funny. I'm so done with you. We going to move past.
Let's move it. Is some children watching this? Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Not on my channel.
It goes in the toilet. That's where it goes.
But listen, here at Holistic World Wellness Worldwide, if it's children listen, we keep it very real with them. If you listening, then you meant to hear this. And
Okay.
we're very real with you. I Ladybug, you feeling me? Like I was going there. I literally just wrote your question down because I was like, I don't want us to miss that. And I am actually curious because I don't think we went here at Mimic, and I do have some thoughts about food. But she said, I'm gonna ask you both. Go ahead, High Priestess. We interviewing you tonight. What are your thoughts?
Okay. Well, what I would say is it's not the food frequency. And again, this may not be popular. It's your frequency that determines the food, what the food does when it goes into your body. Okay. Because I tell the food what it can and cannot do in my body. Okay, like I said, I need to, I'm looking to get back to that pre-pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen, I had it going on. It ain't no reason I can't have it going on again. Okay, except the thoughts that I have filled my cells with, and it's process. Okay, now I do have a 7-year-old, so I give myself a little bit of something, some little bit of time. Okay, however, the food. So this is what I would say. Now I say it's your frequency that determines the food, not the other way around. However, okay, I have to be responsible with what I say. Is if you are going, you're about to make this major transformation, and you ready, you like, I'm done with this life and I'm going to this next life. I would highly, highly recommend that you eat high quality foods. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you give your avatar the support? You drink high quality water. Okay, because unless you have already mastered with your frequency what food does in your body. Okay, so I'm vegan and been vegan for I don't know how many years, 18, 19, I don't know how many years or whatever. All right, and I pretty much stick with that. I've looked at meat again, and it has no, I don't have any desire to eat it, but I also have no desire to eat 3 times a day, 3 meals a day. Why? Because I'm not a growing body. My body is where it's growing or it has grown. But it don't need to grow no more. Okay. Let me stop. Because once you reach a certain level of maturity, why you gotta eat 3 meals a day? Well, that's for a growing body, not for one that's already grown. Okay, and when you come to certain frequencies, you stop eating in that manner. You might go through a day and have, a piece of cantaloupe and some water, and and it's not because you are on some diet or whatever. It's because that's really all that you needed for that particular day. You didn't, you're not trying to go taller. You're not trying to gain, grow taller and put all your adult parts together and all of those things. So you don't really need to eat like that. Now, if you're doing a lot of thinking, and this is something that I learned from my mentor. Okay, yeah, you might want to eat a lot of protein. It doesn't necessarily have to come from meat. Okay, so there are many different ways to do it, but I'm saying that the frequency really comes from you. All right, and I'm saying that from a certain perspective, because there are many people who have been vegan. There are people who eat only raw or whatever and have died from cancer and all kinds of isms and whatever. Okay, and they would swear by the way that they ate. Okay, well, what wasn't working? If you can You would think, eating a whole raw vegan that's all you need. It's not the frequency of the food, it's your frequency. Okay, the food does have a certain frequency, but it's not going to change your consciousness on its own. It's going to uh, help with who you are becoming or who you are being. Okay, and yes, it can slow you down if you're trying to eat fried foods and processed foods and stuff like that, because it's gonna mess with the signals in your brain. Okay, but these two things come together. It's not just one thing, and it's that I'll say it this way, and I'm just talking about myself and the way that I have thought about these things in the past. Is that I was always looking for something to fix me. Okay, and it's not that you want something to match with your frequency. Okay, and when those frequency match, then now you have something. Okay, so the food just matches your frequency, and you don't want to. You know how you feel when you eat something that you don't need to be eating. You already know. So, that's my piece on the food. But I think that there are other people who are better equipped to talk about this than I am. But I'm just telling you my experience and how I deal with the food. There are other people they specialize in this. And so they can speak to it better than I can.
So that's what's up. I never even think I've heard your perspective on food when it comes down to your divinity or frequency. Because I just know that you're vegan. I agree basically with everything that you said. I personally think that it is all of that. We again are about the whole health, and so we know that the mind has a lot of control over our body. Like it has a lot of control. So I think that people should think about what's been suggested to you. That's going to affect what you eat, because it's almost like when I heard High Priestess say, when you're eating something that's not good for you. Yeah, your body knows when something is not going to agree with it, and it eliminates it. Like it pushes it out. Your body is smart. But what happens if you've been told, if I eat this, XYZ will happen, then now you playing mind games with yourself. And it doesn't matter how healthy you are. You can still end up having the same effects. If you told yourself that eating raw cabbage was gonna give me gas every time I ate it, or whatever, you could say that to yourself and make it so. So we have to think about that when you thinking and dealing with your food.
When we talk about agreements, that's one of them too.
Yes, it is.
That
Yes, it is.
any type of food can come in and do. And when I say this, please don't just, I want don't just take my voice, my little clip, say what I say. This is an agreement that we made with food, that certain types of food can do this and they will do that and they will do that. And so we made these agreements, and people, the society comes around you and they say, yeah, that's right. That's fattening. You eat all those nuts, you eat peanuts, it's going to blow you up. It's going to do this, it's going to do that. And so you have to break those agreements that you have with food and change them into something that is that works for you, that the nature of your body is technically you. One of the things you can look at is how your body worked as a teenager. Now this is one of those things that I have to also clarify. So yeah, like I'm joking around, oh yeah, my body pre-pregnancy. Okay. Yeah, that's so when I say that, yeah, I like the shape and the size. Okay. But do I want my body to have the same cellular consciousness that I had at that time? No, because I was in a whole different place. Okay, I want the consciousness that I have now, but the form of that body. Okay, so you got to be real clear when you say, "Oh, I wish I can go back to what I looked like in high school." Well, are you talking about? You got to be real clear. You're just talking about the shape, but you're not talking about the information that was in the cells at that time. Okay, you really just want the toxins that you have stored or the emotions. A lot of times the weight that we carry, and again, I have to talk about this for myself, the weight that we carry is emotion. It's energetic. It's not what you eat. Okay, at a certain point it's not what you eat. It's the energy that you are storing in the cells and the stuff that you haven't gotten rid of yet consciously. So you do have to break certain agreements that you have with food. One, that it can do anything it wants to in your body. You don't never want to make that agreement. Nothing can come in and do whatever it wants to do in your body. Okay, your body is always operating at its optimum. Okay, always, no matter what. And then it gets to a point where it is always breaking down. Whatever you eat something, you go, let's say you decide you going to a family event or whatever, and your grandma's making some apple pie and she just know how much you love your apple pie, and you said, nah, grandma, it got butter in it and I'm vegan, and whatever, come on, man, you can eat the apple pie. It's not gonna get the vegan police ain't gonna come get you.
No. So and that's real. I absolutely understand that. I put these things to the test, Ladybug. I do not consider myself a vegan. I don't call myself a vegan. I eat vegan food. I most of the
can
time
cook and can throw down too.
most of the time when I cook, it is vegan infused. It has no meat products in them when I'm using it. But I had to break those agreements that I had with food, even coming through this journey of whole wellness. Because even I come from a family of cooks. My also, they all women, they cook. That's what they do. And so we cook food, and I mean Southern cooking. I don't eat pork. I have not had pork or beef in over 27 years. Yeah, my daughter, when I got pregnant with my daughter, I haven't had either one of them in over 27 years. I was completely meatless for like 11 years, where I mean, no fish, no chicken, no nothing. Had to test it. I went through some things that said, you're not going to be divine if you eat this way. And I personally was like, I come from a family that pork chops was like one of my favorite things, and I was tapping in back then. So what happened? Like, when did the disconnect happen? When did I now get to the point where I can't tap in because I eat meat? But to answer your question, no, I don't consider myself a vegan. I'm a free eater.
Ooh,
I freely eat. I am free to eat, but I choose. I know my body well enough. I've done enough. I've eaten enough different things to know that my body can only handle certain foods. I don't eat dairy. My body don't like it. I don't eat beef or pork. My teeth don't like it. Like, it's just, I'm in that space with, I have a different agreement with my body. And so we do what makes us happy.
I like what you said, though, because you explained really what I was talking about in your process. In your process, you went meatless, you went vegan. Why? Because you don't need to have that bumping up against you while you trying to get your consciousness straight. Okay? When you trying to get, on some sense of purpose and why you here and things like that. But then at a certain point, it starts knocking back, like, why we, like you said, hold on. I was tapped in when I was eating meat, and now you trying to tell me because you go to a family thing and I have a little bit of something over here, then all of a sudden that's going to erase everything that I know about myself? No, it's not going to erase that. But sometimes it will, depending on, listen, the meat, what we do know is that the meat that has the energy of the animal that it comes from. Okay. And so you have to, you have to realize what you're dealing with. You're dealing with however it was slaughtered,
Absolutely.
what its thoughts were when it was slaughtered. You're dealing with, you eating fish. You did okay. Just isn't it a plastic ocean?
Mm-hmm.
So you eat plastic and all of that stuff. So all of these things, okay, are a part of the process. But you just have to. There's just a balance that you have to strike with that. That's why people say go vegan and eat. Some I have family members who eat meat, but they eat mostly vegetables
Mm-hmm.
and maybe eat meat once or twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in one time, in one meal. So what? They not healthy, and or whatever, and they only eat the hormone free and this, that, and the other,
Right.
whatever. We spend too much time focusing on some certain things. Get your mind right, okay, and your body will follow, okay, and the spirit will lead you to it. But that's why it is recommended that you just, the thing I would say is just eat mostly vegetables, okay, and then take it from there. That
I mean,
that's the simplest.
if you want to even go deeper, because there are some people, like I've seen some people, like seen it. People have some crazy reactions to eating too much bitter food. And we got this slang, this saying in the conscious community, bitter is better when it comes down to the food. But I've seen people be super bitter, and I want to give them a
Mm.
cookie. Like they need some sugar in their life. So you really, it's about your individual walk, everybody. Like at the end of the day, when we get on here and we give you our gems, nuggets, jewels, whatever, it is absolutely what works for us. And with that said, I'm going to allow High Priestess just a moment because we are over. I'm going to allow her a moment. Y'all gonna get used to me saying that. As y'all know, we don't be watching the clock and then be like, oh my God, we over. High Priestess, wrap it up. No.
I'm surprised because I've been looking at the clock. I said, "Well, she gonna let me talk tonight?" Okay,
Then we
we
go
just
30 more minutes. It's okay. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to release good information. We really want people to understand that we understand that there are people that are on this journey. They're on this wellness journey. Everybody is trying to get their brains, their hearts, their wombs together. We get it. What I love about the way we work together is that the respect for people's individuality is just amazing to me. Like we recognize that all of these things, just as individualized as the universe or the planet is, so are we. They work in harmony and everybody works together, but we are absolutely individuals who have to figure out how to do what, High Priestess, rock our spot. Right? That's what we need to learn to do. So you have a choice, because Ladybug likes to end these conversations so we can come back with her questions, and I love it. So you
oh,
have the choice. You can close it up, wrap it up the way you would like to, or you can close it with her
well,
question. But
it's about the people. It's about the people. So I'd rather answer the questions
there you go.
than say what I want to say. I do have a question though. Surreal. What did Ladybug? What's her signature? I'm
I
just
want to
curious.
Mhm.
Okay, and so while he's doing that, um, yeah. So the past contracts, like this is the thing I would say, Ladybug, is just begin to have a conversation with yourself, okay, about, just start with the question: what contracts are no longer valid for me? Oh, can you private ladybug, or if you don't know how to do a private chat, surreal private chat ladybug, and get her date of birth, and then he can give you your signature. Okay. Yeah, she might not want to put it in the chat, but if you don't mind putting it in the chat, put it in the chat. But I think there's a way you can private chat people as well. So with these contracts, with breaking these contracts and agreements, I usually just start with a question, and then wait. So I say, hey, listen, what contracts and agreements are no longer valid for me? Okay. And I wait. And all of a sudden you'll start receiving these answers, and you kind of already know, even with me just asking that question like that. If you absorb that question, it probably came to you, the very first one probably came to you right away. And then what happens is you say, hey, listen, this is no longer working for me. Okay, so let's break it, but replace it with something else. Okay, if you don't know what to replace it with your purpose. Okay, you can just say, I break this contract, I replace it with my purpose and my service here on earth, whether you know it or not. Okay, but the universe knows it, your body knows it, yeah? The ethers know it. It's all because you're all the same thing. Okay, all of you is the same thing. So you put that in those contracts, and then what happens is, as soon as you do that one, another one will probably come up, and you say, oh yeah, you know what, I don't need food to act like this on my body no more. Okay, I don't need my relationships to be this anymore. I'm really, for real, I'm done with this. I'm done with my people problems. I don't have an agreement anymore with people problems. I don't have an agreement anymore with, you know, whatever it is. Break them. Okay. And replace it with, instead of that agreement, then it's going to be, what's going to show up for me now is what's a part of my purpose and my mission here on earth. Okay, I have a service here on earth. I may not know what it is, but that's what I want to show up. And I mean that shit. I'm getting too common, right? They don't know me like that yet, Maakheru. They don't know I be cussing. Okay.
And there you have it. Like, this
That's
is what
that's how you know the spirit is the spirit is alive.
That's when you know. When the spirit is on her, this is what we get. And I'm not playing like this. But here's the thing. I'm sure many of us that are on this live, even if it shocked you, it may be the shock that you need to make your brain start thinking differently. Like, it just is what it is. Sometimes we miss why certain things make us clutch our pearls. Like, we miss. We miss it. So
look at this.
Walking up in here. That's why she got all these questions.
Oh yes. Okay, Ladybug. We gonna yeah, we gonna have to talk to you. All right.
So I think this was a great session. I think it was. We are absolutely ecstatic about how many people have come in and joined on this live. Each week we get a new group. Well, we get the same faithful group, and then I look up and I'm like, oh my God, it's more people. So it makes me excited to see, as High Priestess knows, this isn't really this isn't really my thing, y'all. Like, I have fun doing this with her. And I really, really do because it's so easy. And of course, y'all participating and leaving your comments and our Mimic family coming and supporting makes it that much easier. So we are so grateful for High Priestess coming and giving us this opportunity because here's the truth. I love to talk. I just want to have something to talk about. And I don't want to just talk to anybody. I can have the opportunity to interview people, but I want to talk to people about real stuff that's going to actually get us to a place of wholeness. And that's what my whole essence is about. And that is who High Priestess is. That is what she represents. That's what she birthed through Mimic and Womb Evolution. So I just want to thank you, High Priestess, for your time and the energy that you give to us and to people. She pays attention like no other person. I don't do this. I watch people do this stuff on YouTube, and I never seen people be so interested, like the host. Or I mean, I'm not the host, the guest. Really care about what the people in the chat have to say. Like they're not paying any attention to that because they have things that they want to talk about and things that they have to say. And so they want to get that out. But just to close us off with what the people want to hear and not what's in her mind, like that's what we do. And I love that about her. So, High Priestess, thank you. It is an honor to do this with you. If there's anything else you want to say before we post this, we're about to, y'all know how we close out. We party around here on the close. We release exclusive music and stuff that's only available to us because we special. We do that kind of stuff. But you heard it here first. This song that we're about to play from one of our brothers of Mimic, MC Class. We support each other this way. And you heard it here first, but you can actually get it now. I see you, High Priestess. I know you gonna close us out.
Okay, I got you.
You gonna get
I'll be over here. I'll be good.
you're gonna get the final word and you're gonna tell me when to hit play on MC Class's music.
Gotcha.
I just want y'all to understand we absolutely love y'all. Do not leave without hearing this song. I'm gonna post the link in the chat. If you want, you can go and download this song now. It is available to you. But guess what? It's only available if you come on this live or if you visit one of the Mimic platforms. You could possibly hear it there and get the link there. So thank y'all again. We love you. I am yielding the mic to High Priestess. I'm going to give you the mic and the camera. Y'all get her pretty face and close us out. And we'll be bringing in High Priestess. Love and light, everybody.
All right, Ashe, thank you. It definitely has been an honor to be here. I do see a little bit in the chat that I do want to comment on real quick. We had somebody that's French. I saw Anika, not the Anika, also Ladybug. Just send me an email if it's something that she says she's French, so she doesn't understand everything. I actually do know somebody who could translate it for you, who is fluent in French. So maybe we can help you out if you have a question that you want to ask in French.
High Priestess, I see it already. Your book translated. You're reading your book in Audible, translated in French.
There we go.
There you go.
All right. And so, and then Ladybug, if you want a further explanation on that signature, send me an email, maat@wombevolution.com, and we will set up a session with you just to go over that. And then how you want to move forward from this. Okay. So just send me an email and I'll make sure I get you on a consultation for that. And I love doing it, so I will explain it. Do it to me, send it to me, maat@wombevolution.com. You have to send it to me because I'm not going to see this chat. So just So you send me an email, please. And then same thing with Nati, Anika, and Simi. Hopefully I said that right. Yes, send me an email. There we go. Maakheru@wombevolution.com. And I will see if you have a question in French, you can write it to me in French and I will have somebody translate it. You know, so yeah, because I guess I use a lot. I do what we call code switching, Nati, and so you may not understand how I mix up. I'm not using the king's or the queen's English in some of it, so you may not understand exactly what I mean by it. So I understand that. So that's good to know. Okay, we going international. I may have to, or maybe you can tell me how to say it in French. Okay, that's a good one. All right, so what I would like to say in closing is that, this definitely has been a wonderful, wonderful session. I do appreciate Holistic Wellness Worldwide, my kin twin here, Maakheru, for allowing us to go a little longer than we normally would go. Usually about the 30-minute mark, she'd be like, listen, wrap it up. Start wrapping it up, okay? But the audience actually are the ones who kept us going because you've had such great questions. And so this is about you. The thing that we want here is we want to shift the global consciousness of melanin dominant people worldwide. That's the point. Okay. So whatever it is, my service on this planet is to help that process, to do whatever my part is in being a part of that process. And so if we have to stay on here and talk about it, then that's fine. All right. And we want you to integrate the information. I know I said some pretty, some things that, ooh, that was deep. No, we want it integrated. So if you need to know how to break contracts and start new ones and we're going to figure this out. Okay. Even if you have to email me directly. Now, let me just tell you about my email. I might not get back to you right away, but I will get back to you. Okay. It may take a couple of days for me to get back to you, but I will get back to you. Okay. I will respond. It's just that sometimes I get a lot of them at one time and I lose track of them. So I will get back to you. And I also have help now. So I got people that keep me on point to make sure that these questions get answered. So our real reason here is to help with the integration, to help to shift the global consciousness of the melanin dominant people worldwide. Or we're here for the betterment of melanin dominant people worldwide. Why? Because to even answer that question, I shouldn't even have to answer that. We have seen what has happened. Okay. And so we want a evolution. We want a permanent change to a better state for us, because ain't nobody focusing on us in that way. Okay. We focused on, but in a way to keep us suppressed and oppressed and depressed and pressed. Okay, that's the focus that's on us. And so we have to come up ourselves and focus on us a little differently, because we are integral parts to this planet. And if we're integral part to the planet, then we're integral parts to the cosmos, to the galaxy, to the solar system, to known and unknown things. We are an integral part to that. And we can't see ourselves like that while we're still in the states that we have been in across the globe. It needs to shift. And who's going to shift it? Us. And so we have to start thinking differently about ourselves. We have to start being who we actually are and who we are an expression of. So that is the mission here. That is the point of doing this, and the point of us having you get the books, having you come to Mimic, having you come to Womb Evolution. It's the same thing across the board. All right. So with that, I say Hotep, I look forward to next Wednesday and doing this again. And Maakheru probably won't let us go this long. So come early and we will see you on the next one. Hotep.
If you knew you were going to succeed, I'll make it out here. If you knew you were going to succeed at whatever you did, what would you do or be? If you knew you were going to succeed at whatever you did, I would take my time. I would take my time. Who would be the divine mother's MC? See what I was doing in my life. You had 100. You know, I would take my dough and learn how to invest it. Yeah. I would make sure who I mean is totally invested. I would reach the highest heights I could reach. Highest heights I could reach. I'd be the super teacher. I'd be the super teacher. Super teacher. Super teacher. I'd be the super teacher. I just don't want to be a preacher. I want to talk to my own. Talk to my own. Faith at home. Telling people what you can do alone. You can do alone, baby. I smile at myself. Put the fear on the shelf. Put the fear on the shelf. I be the divine mother's MC. If I knew what I knew right now.
Beyond technique, way out the atmosphere. Beyond technique, way out the atmosphere. Beyond technique, way out the atmosphere. Beyond technique.
Broken glass everywhere. People just wanna smoke out. You wanna know what this is about? It's the realness of the universe fully coming out. Damage control's just another god. We learn over the years that it comes from the inside. Send a spiritual message to the universe. Divine Mother will always come first. With this collective vibration we can reach. No need for a pulpit, I'm not here to preach. No one is better than the other. We all have unique powers to discover. Open pathways to our spiritual forces. A lot of us are tuned and we know our sources. All you have to do is be yourself. Be authentic, be real, the own, what hell. Broken glass everywhere. People just wanna smoke out. 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 There's no other person greater than you. When you tap into your spirit, you'll know what to do. Heart chakra vibrates higher frequency. You do you, and I'll do me. That's the only way to be free. Not dwelling in your past repeatedly. Saying it's all their fault. You're stuck in life like a pillar of salt. You better learn to move on, walk on. Because the person that you're mad at's probably gone. Stop seeing yourself like a pawn. Be real with yourself, come on. While the world's on lockdown, reports sounded bleak. How do I stay calm? Beyond technique. Broken glass everywhere. People just wanna smoke out. Broken glass everywhere. People